All right, what's going on, guys? Coach Chris here with Force Through Faith, and today we're going to be talking about 20.5, okay? So I'm going to go over the warm-up and then broad concepts as it pertains to the strategy, okay? So for the warm-up, guys, we're going to start on the rower because you're going to be rowing during the workout. 9-minute row. Every 3 minutes, you're going to hop off and do 10 PVC pass-throughs, 10 glute bridges, and 10 air squats, okay? From there, we're going to do some mobility work to open up your hips as well as your shoulders. So banded hip distraction, where you get in a lunge stretch, tie the band around the rig, and kind of open up that front of your hip. Banded lizard stretch, which is a stretch I went over last week, and a banded shoulder complex, okay? From there, we're going to continue to open up ranges of motion and activate our muscles with 3 rounds. 10 hip windshield wipers where you'll sit on your butt, bent knees, bring one knee in, then bring the other knee in, opening up that internal rotation. Then you're going to do some band pull-aparts, 10 Cossack squats, and 10 banded presses. And then next thing you're going to go over to, guys, is your muscle-up position work, okay? So if you're someone who is going to have a chance of getting muscle-ups in this workout, you're going to want to open up those positions, doing some hollow holds, hollow rocks, arch holds, beat kips on the rings, maybe some banded transitions, just kind of getting the gears greased for that movement. And then you're going to do 2 to 3 sets of this warm-up for each movement, where you'll do 10 seconds hard on the assault bike. On the assault bike versus the rower, guys, because the turnover is higher, you're going to be able to get your heart rate higher there. 10 seconds hard on the assault bike, and then 10 to 20% of your max set of muscle-ups. What I mean by that is let's say your max set is 15, you'll do somewhere between 2 to 3 reps just to feel that movement under some cardiorespiratory fatigue. Same thing over here, 10 seconds hard on the assault bike, somewhere between 5 to 10 wall balls. Again, just feeling that, getting your central nervous system, your lungs warmed up for that movement, and then you'll be able to hit the workout, okay? With that, though, the question then becomes, how am I going to go hitting this workout? So, some strategy over here. First thing you have to realize, guys, is there's almost unlimited number of options on how you can hit this workout. So the big concepts are going to be to know yourself, know where you're going to need to break things up, know, if you're going to get a muscle up, if you even have a chance to get one, how many you're looking to do. And if you're unsure, ask your coach, okay? I came in this morning and our coaches had already dissected 5, 6, 7, 8 different ways to go about this workout. So talk it through with your coach, okay? However, some broad concepts. One, if you're someone who has no shot of hitting a muscle up, someone who can't do a strict pull-up, can't really do kip and pull-ups, it's just not there, then you're just doing a couplet of wall balls and rowing, and you're going to want to hammer that to get the best time possible, okay? Because that is your tie break time. 200 reps is the reps you would get, but the faster you can do it, the better your score. If you're someone who can maybe get their first muscle up, or you have done a muscle up in the past, but you have limited ability, there's 2 different ways, or I should say 3 different ways actually you can go about doing this. 2 I have up on the board. One is you take 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is, you section out at the front of the workout and say, I'm giving myself this many minutes to try to hit a rep. After that time frame, if I can't hit a rep, I'm going over to the wall balls and row. I'm going to hit that the best I can, and then with the remaining time, try to get a muscle, okay? Then, another option is, I'm just going to try to leave myself as much time at the end to get a rep. So you approach it as a couplet. Again, you're doing your rowing and your wall balls for a faster time, maybe not hammer it so you have enough energy to hit a muscle up. But let's say that takes you 12 minutes to hit, you now have 8 minutes to shake out your arms. You're really warm at this point to try to get that first muscle up, okay? And then the third one, guys, that I forgot to put up here is kind of almost like breaking it up interval style. So you're going to do a couplet of wall balls and row, and in your head you're like, all right, every 3 minutes, every 4 minutes of this workout, I'm going to stop where I'm at and take 1 attempt, 2 attempts, 3 attempts at getting a muscle up. That's not my favorite strategy, guys, because sometimes I've seen people take 8 attempts in a row, and on that 8th attempt, they get their first muscle up, okay? So I'm a bigger fan of one of these 2 strategies. Personally, if I was in this boat and someone said, Chris, what would you do? I would approach it as a couplet and give myself, like I said, 8, 9, 10, 7 minutes, whatever it is, to get that first muscle up, okay? Now, if you're someone who has a max set of 5 or more, I always recommend starting on the muscle-ups, okay? Give yourself a chance to hit a solid set on the muscle-ups and then move on to the next thing. What I would look at, guys, is what is your limiter within the muscle-up, okay? So if you're limited in the dip out, your triceps kind of give out in the dip, you're not going to want to go from the wall balls to the muscle-ups. Your triceps are going to be pre-fatigued from throwing the ball. You're going to have trouble dipping out, okay? If you're someone who has trouble getting over the top, like your pull just isn't quite there, you're not going to want to go from the row to the muscle-ups. So you're going to want to go from the wall balls to the muscle-ups, okay? So see how that's going to play based on, again, individually, where your limiter is within the muscle-ups, and you're going to want to game plan it so that you're not going from the movement that's going to pre-fatigue that limiter into the muscle-ups, okay? Fourth one. If the muscle-ups is a strength of yours, like you look at this workout and you're like, actually, the muscle-ups is my best movement in this workout, you're going to want to go from the muscle-ups, because it's your best movement, to your weakest movement, okay? Because you're not going to want to couple up your weakest after your second weakest, if that makes sense. So if you're weakest at wall balls, you're not really going to want to go from rowing into the wall balls. You're probably better off going from muscle-ups into the wall balls, okay? Lastly, guys, you're going to want to shoot to end on the row. Why? Is because the row is the movement that's going to have the fastest cycle time at the end of the workout, okay? If you're someone who's an elite level to an intermediate level and you can do muscle-ups, again, you're going to want to end on the rower, because you can really hammer away at that row and really dig in. So if you're an elite level, I'm saying 10 to 20 cals, 10 to 30 cals maybe on that rower. And that's for people who know they're going to finish the workout. Hey, if you're someone you're not sure you're going to finish the workout, then again, you're going to want to finish on the muscle-ups to give yourself the most time to attempt those, okay? I know, guys, these are broad concepts. It's really hard to break into very, very specific ways to break this down, because in my opinion, it's very, very individualized. So again, I go back to the first thing. Know yourself, where your strengths and weaknesses are, and if you're unsure, talk to your coach, bounce some ideas off of them so you can get a top score in 20.5.